Welcome. Find a comfortable seat. Allow your spine to be nice and long, your shoulders to be a little bit relaxed and pulled backwards. And then when you're ready, close your eyes. As soon as you close your eyes, at least for me, is when I start to focus inwards. Feel the breath. Check in with the body. How are you feeling right now? And even if you don't have any time for yoga during your busy days, just this moment, closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and tuning in can be super helpful to make sure that you're getting through the day okay, that you're not stressing too much, that you're respecting your body's boundaries. But right now we have a lot more time, so start to bring your awareness more to the breath and make it a little bit slower and deeper. In and out through the nose to your belly. And if you find it difficult to breathe to your belly, you can always place one hand on your low belly to really feel your belly expanding with every inhale and sinking back down with every exhale. Bring the 3 steps of the breath into it. So breathing into your low belly first, and then to your sides, to your ribs, and lastly to the tops of your lungs. Sip in a little bit more air. And then as you exhale, release everything slowly. Doesn't have to be in order. We'll do a few more rounds just like that. This is called deep yogic breath. So belly, chest, upper lungs, and then slowly releasing. I like to imagine it like my belly is a balloon that fills up first. And then my ribs are like an umbrella that opens. And then the tops of the lungs are the last bits. And then we release everything again. Maybe that feels nice or clear for you. Maybe it makes it more confusing than just do what works for you. A few more. Notice wherever your thoughts go and bring them back to this moment. One more round. Keep releasing your shoulders. Keep your face soft. And then release the breath control. Let everything still feel soft. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, pressing the thumb pads a little bit together and into your sternum, your chest bone. And your chest bone pushes slightly back, so you're sitting up nice and tall. We always open class with one Om. It's okay to listen if that feels best for you, or you can join in. Take a deep breath. Bow your head to your hands. Take another deep inhale. Open your mouth, side out, and let go of anything that you need to. Lift your head up, slowly blink your eyes open. Stay seated if you're in cross-legged position. If not, come into cross-legged position. I'm gonna move back to my mat and take you with me. So just sitting nice and tall, hands on your knees. Try and really grab onto them a little bit, and then keep your spine long and start to stir the pot of your pelvis with your spine ladle. So the spine stays long. There's no movement in it yet. Just like a wooden stick. You can lift up one butt cheek and then the other if that's necessary or it feels nice. Just waking up a little bit into the joints, into the muscles. And then the other direction, same thing. You might feel this in your hips or your spine. That's all good. I always have to yawn when I teach yoga. It's the mindful breathing, I think. Slowly bring it back to center. Good, and then place your fingertips next to you on the floor, not too far back, but between your knees and your hips. So slightly forward, fingertips as far away from you as possible without starting to slouch. So you're sitting up nice and tall still. Lift your left hand up and to the sky or to the ceiling. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and slowly start to bend over to the right. Right arm can move away from you and works as a support. So the right hand pushes into the floor to make sure that your left butt cheek stays on the floor. You're not rolling over to the side. Remember, especially the bottom shoulder, move it away from your ear and maybe even looking up if that feels okay for your neck. Take a few breaths here. Feeling the stretch on your side body, waking up the spine in the sideways movement. One more deep breath here. And slowly come back up. Straight up first, fingertips down, and then we'll switch. So right arm comes up. Inhale, reach it up and over. Exhale, move your left arm away from you. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and find that stretch on the right side body. Keeping your right butt cheek on the floor. If you notice that your hips are tilting or you're shifting your weight on your left butt cheek, really push into your left hand to push yourself into balance again. Maybe even looking up if that feels nice. I forgot to remove my plant, I see. Oh well. A few more breaths here. And then slowly come back up, both arms up, inhale. Exhale, lean it forward, reaching forward as far as you can. Bring your hands to the floor, bring your head down, let it hang. Maybe it reaches the floor, maybe it doesn't. Both are okay. Just try and bring your chin to your chest to really round the back of your spine. And from there, either stay in balance, stay in the center, or slightly sway left or right. Trying to wake up the spine and the hips a little bit more. Make sure your knees are okay. We never want pain in the knees. And then slowly, while moving left to right, come a little bit more up and look at your legs. Which one is in front? And then simply switch the other one in front. This can feel a little bit weird. Sorry, my voice is going. And it might hurt your knees a little bit. I have had injuries in my knees, so if you feel a little bit of like discomfort, place a block or a pillow underneath your knee so that you're not forcing it into more pain. Inhale, reach your arms up once again. Exhale, reaching forward as if you're trying to pull the computer towards you if you're facing it like me. Then bring your fingertips to the floor, bring your chin to your chest, really rounding your spine and bringing your head as low as you can go. Either staying in the center
or doing the soft swaying again with your other leg forward. This might feel slightly different, slightly more uncomfortable. That's okay, but mind the pain. We don't want pain. And then slowly swaying back up until you're all the way back up to straight. And then come to hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. If you need it, grab a pillow for underneath your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide and push through the index finger knuckles to protect your wrists. Especially if you have wrist pain, I have different videos on YouTube about protecting your wrists and training the muscles there. So that might be really helpful. From here, we're just going to go forward and back first. So towards child's pose, but not all the way. You keep looking forward like you're a cat that's about to pounce something, if that makes sense. And then you move forward, rounding your spine even, leaning forward if it's okay for your wrists, a little bit shoulders forward of the wrists, arms straight. Yeah, and then stick your booty back into that child pounce position. And so the breath is a little bit different here as well. The exhale forwards, and the inhale is back, hollowing spine. So it's kind of like a moving cat. Rounding is exhale, forward. Inhale is backwards and hollow spine. Do a few of those at your own breath pace. And examine where you can go without pain, what feels fun, what feels accessible, maybe what feels like a challenge. A challenge is good, but pain is not good. I say this all the time. Sorry for being a bit of a broken record. One more time. And this time when you come back, stay hips over knees, and we'll just do the regular cat-cow position. Keep pushing your arms down, hollowing spine, looking up through your eyebrows on the inhale, and then rounding the spine. On the exhale, push the arms down. A few more. It might feel a little bit more intense than the moving version that we did before. Pull your shoulder blades back when you're opening your heart, and push your arms down when we're rounding. One more time on each side. And we'll bring it back to neutral after the rounded spine. I'm already getting pretty warm, so I'm going to take off my sweater. One sec. And I'm actually going to grab a little pillow because we're going to go on one leg, and then, at least for my knees, a pillow is necessary. Maybe not for you. I have very sensitive knees. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips still. Engage your core slightly. We're going to make this a little bit more physically challenging. So keep the balance on your two hands and your left knee, and slowly extend your right leg back, making sure that you're not sinking into one side. You're keeping the balance. Extend your heel backwards like you're doing a karate kick to the back, toes pointing down and towards your kneecap. Inhale, push your arms, lift your heel a little bit more. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, rounding. Two more just like that. Tiger. Inhale, extends. Remember to keep your core engaged, so you're not making a super hollow spine here. Exhale, rounds. And it's okay to breathe like a lion. Especially the out, you can make noisy if you like. Doesn't have to be. Now one more time on each side. Inhale, extends. This time, exhale, try and place your foot in between your hands without lifting your palms up. So you're bringing your knee to your nose, you're stepping your foot forward as much as possible without lifting the palms. Once you have it, move your foot a little bit more forward. It's okay if it didn't work out properly. lean your hips forward so far that your knee and your ankle are aligned. So you might have to shuffle your foot a little bit more forward. And just stay low here for a second, one arm on each side. Try and make your spine long and pull your shoulders back. I like to imagine being at the start of a running match. So we're looking towards the goal. We're pretending to be super ready, especially the competitors who are not showing any in je schulp gekropeness. How do you translate that? We're ready for anything. You might feel this in your left front of the hip or your right back of the hip or hamstring. I like to kind of sway here or rotate almost the hips to the left and then to the right to feel it out a little bit more, to find the stretch. Don't forget to breathe. And if the floor is too far, if you can't reach it, you can always do this with your elbow or your hands on your kneecap or using a block. So don't feel like you need to touch the floor. Come back to center. Activate your legs. So pull your right heel towards your left kneecap as if your legs are a pair of tongs trying to break a walnut. You know, one of those? They really are very strong. Push your hands on your front knee, make your spine long, and then really engage your core. So your hips might come out of the pose a little bit to make sure that your low back is protected. You should still feel the stretch on the front of your left hip or even thigh. From here, inhale, reach your arms up. And we'll do a few movements here. Pull your shoulder blades down, bend your elbows slightly forward so that your shoulder blades are in a nice alignment around your back. Keep pulling your belly in. Inhale, look up. Reach up, and then from here, pull down as if you're pulling on one of those weight machines if you've ever been to the gym. Pulling the elbows down and opening the chest. But remember, keep your core engaged. We'll do a few more of that. So inhale, come up. Exhale, open your heart. Pull your shoulders back. 3 more like this at your own pace. Remember to come out of it a little bit so we're not super staying in the back bend. Use your breath. Last one. Whew. From here, inhale, reach up. Bring your hips back, straighten your front leg. Pull your toes towards your kneecap, hands on your hips. Stick your butt back and slowly start to move a little bit forward. The more active your legs are, the less deep you probably are able to go. Even if you're normally able to go really far in a fold like this, push your foot down, activate your legs towards each other to crush our walnut, and then see how the stretch goes. Say hello to your hamstrings, the back of your right leg. Take a few breaths. And it's okay to wobble. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your front knee, place your fingertips on the floor, and step your right leg back next to your other. Let me take my socks off. If you have socks on, you might want to take them off for grip in a moment. Maybe crack your hips like I always have to in between movements. We'll take a moment to reset by going into downward facing dog. So walk your knees back slightly, curl up your toes, hands are strong on the mat, lift up your hips up and back, and then take a moment to walk out your legs. Walking the dog. I like to crack my toes here, but you don't have to do that if your toes don't crack. And feel the stretch on your calf muscles, on your hamstrings. Feel your spine, your shoulders working, being nice and long. And I know that downward facing dog is often a resting pose, but it doesn't have to be. So we can always find something to work on, even after, 21 years of yoga now? 22, I'm not sure. Squeeze your arms together towards each other. Push your hands into the floor. Lift your hips up and back. And then try and imagine your heels melting towards the floor without having to actually touch the floor. And then on the front side of your legs, imagine lifting your kneecaps up. So the legs are active and your core is active to protect your spine. Slow, deep breaths. Look forward, bring your knees down. Adjust if you need to. Find your balance on your hands and your right knee, and then extend your left leg backwards. Take a moment to find your balance here. Engage your core so you're sure that your spine is nice and straight, your back is nice and straight. Lift your heel up a little bit more without going into Pilates mode. So keep everything strong. Keep your arms strong. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Rounding the spine, push your hands into the floor. 2 more. Inhale, extend the leg. And you can imagine already that you're going to step your foot forward so that you feel how much you have to lift your knee towards your chest, and then you can glide your foot in between. We're not doing it yet. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Now this next one is going to be the one where we step. Inhale, reach it back. Keep your hands flat on the floor if you can. Exhale, knee to nose, and then try and place your foot flat on the floor. It doesn't have to go all the way forward. You can then walk it forward or lift your palms a little bit, just to test out what happens. Lean your hips forward. Maybe grab a block underneath your hands, or elbow on kneecap or thigh. 1 arm on each side of the leg, and look forward. Imagine again the sprinter start. So pull your shoulders back. Maybe sway your hips, rotate your hips to find more of a stretch on the front of your right hip, back of your left hip. Notice if you're holding your breath. Once you're squeezing your breath, it usually means that it's a little bit too difficult. Or you're forgetting. That's okay too. One more breath here. And then activate your legs, really pushing your front foot down into the floor and squeezing it towards the right knee. Come up. Remember, engage your core so you're coming out of the pose quite a lot to make sure that your spine is okay, that we're not overusing the low back. Keep your legs nice and strong. Once you find the balance, reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your shoulders down and elbows slightly forward. Keep your belly active. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, pull down. We'll do a few of those again, the cactus arms where you open your heart. Inhale, reaches up and straight spine again. Belly engages extra. Exhale, open it. Pull it down. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, open, down. Inhale up. And you're in control of how far you go, how intense you make this. 1 more time. Okay, now inhale, reach up. Lift your hips back. Straighten your left leg. Pull your toes towards your kneecap. Hands on your hips. Try and make this really active. So push your left foot down and imagine squeezing it towards your right knee. Left and right are difficult today. Sorry about that. And then inhale, lengthen. Stick your butt back and slowly lean a little bit forward. Not going into the full, super relaxed version of this pose, but rather trying to find even more stretch in this higher up, elevated version. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath. Bend your front knee, place your hands down, step it back, hands and knees. If you need to, crack your hips. I always have to. And then we're gonna make this flow a little bit more intense. So come up to downward facing dog. If you ever need to adjust, you can always go back to the poses that we just did. So feel free to do that if anything feels too intense. Make sure you're pushing your arms down, your hips are up and back. You're spreading your fingers for a grip. My mat is super slippery today. Hopefully yours is not. All right, ready? Lift your right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and shift into plank pose. Foot stays close to your butt. Inhale, reach it up and back. One more time. Exhale, knee to nose in plank. Lift your leg towards your body. Yeah. Inhale, lift it up and back. This time, same thing. Keep your hands flat on the floor and step your foot in between your hands as much as possible. And it's okay that it's not super possible. You can adjust. Bring your left heel down to the floor. So we're going to come up into warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, adjust. Pull your shoulders down, maybe elbows slightly forward. Keep your left hip pointing forward as much as possible. And feel the right leg bend without forcing the open hips. So it's all about balance, always. We'll do one pull down here. So inhale, look up. Exhale, cactus arms. Open your heart. Inhale, reach it back up, straighten your front leg. Bring your hands on your hips, exhale. Inhale, stick your butt back. And then slowly fold a little bit forward. It's okay to wobble here. This is quite a long stance for this pose, but that's okay. If you can reach, you can place your hands on your shin or on the floor. You can adjust your legs a little bit if you want to. Fold your forehead towards your shin. Ooh, wake up your right hamstring. Find your breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring your weight onto your right foot. This is only if you, no, the beginning part everyone can do, I think. So bring your weight on your right foot. Fingertips are either spread a little bit so you're in a triangle, or you can let them hover if you like a challenge. Hovering the fingers and lifting your left leg up into a standing splits. Fold your forehead towards your shin bone, because the more you look towards your own kneecap or even your belly, the harder the balance will get. So that's the added balance. Keep lifting your left leg, but keep your hips neutral. See if you can hover your fingertips if you like that extra physical challenge. Whew. Inhale, look forward. Place your fingertips down. Exhale, bend your standing leg a little bit. Place your hands down on the floor flat. If you've taken my class before, you might know what's coming. If not, don't freak out. Maybe hop your standing foot a little bit backwards. So a little bit further away from your hands. And we're just going to do a few switch hops. So you inhale, come high on your right toe. Exhale, kick off with your right leg and switch legs. Landing softly on your left foot. This can be super small, just like I'm doing now. If you like a little bit more of a challenge, keep your leg extended and then make like a scissor motion as you kick off, switch, land, kick off, switch, land. Whew, one more time. Nice. So you're landing, doesn't matter actually, stepping back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Whew. This always gets my heart rate going. So find your breath, in and out through the nose. If you're super hot, you can exhale through the mouth to release a little bit of heat. And then we'll switch sides. So when you're ready, keep your arms strong. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose in that plank position. Two more like that. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. Keep your foot close to your butt. So lift up the heel. Yes. Inhale back. This last time is where we step. So keep both of your hands flat if you can, and try and get your foot somewhere on the floor. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. Okay, spin your right heel to the floor. Set up, come up to warrior one. Making sure your hips are nice and level, so your right hip is facing forward. Arms are up, inhale. Exhale, shoulders down, elbows slightly forward. Keep your legs active. Inhale, look up, reach up. One time, exhale, cactus arms, pull down, open your heart. Inhale up, straighten your left leg, bring your hands on your hips. Inhale, push your chest forward, push your booty back, and then start to fold forward over your left leg. Maybe hands on the calf or the ankle or the floor. Maybe make the stance a little bit smaller. So I like to glide the front foot a little bit backwards. And keep pulling your left hip backwards, so that you really feel the left backside of your leg and left outer edge of your hip in the stretch. Fold your forehead towards your shin bone. Imagine looking at your own belly button. Whew. Take a moment before we go into the more intense next part. All right, inhale, look forward. Hover your right foot off the floor. Find your balance, maybe with your fingertips, maybe with your hands off the floor. And fold your forehead to your left shin as you lift your right leg up as much as possible. Standing split. Doesn't have to actually look like a split to be a standing split. If you're trying to hover the hands, remember to try and keep your forehead towards your shin and keep pulling your nose towards your belly to challenge the balance even more. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, place your hands down, preferably at the front of your mat so you have a little bit more space, or maybe hop your left foot a little bit back. I like to be in a certain place on my mat and not off it, so you can always adjust. So it's like a mini downward facing dog with one leg up. From here, bend your standing leg, kick off, switch, land on the other foot. Try that a few times and really make sure your hands are flat on the floor so that they can actually carry your weight a little bit, because that's what we're doing. This is a handstand prep without me saying it's a handstand prep. 2 more. Don't forget your breath. As soon as we do something scary, people stop breathing, which is not great. End up in downward facing dog. Bring your knees down, find a child's pose for a second. Slow, deep breaths. I often get hot really easily, really sweaty very easily. So it really helps to open your mouth on the exhale and maybe even do the actual lion's breath, sticking your tongue out. It helps to release heat from the body. If you don't get sweaty or hot very easily, then you can just breathe however feels right. You're muted anyway, so it's all good if you're sighing or swearing at me. One more breath. Slowly lift your head, look forward. Place your hands down and come to a standing forward fold. So stepping your feet behind your hands. Let your arms dangle, let your head dangle. And it's okay if your hands don't touch the floor. You can, if your hands do touch the floor, grab opposite elbows so you're really hanging. Look at your feet. Make sure they're strong. The toes are all spread out. Activate your legs and then lean your weight a little bit forward towards your toes. So so that you feel your hips moving forward. If this is the first time that you're trying this, it might actually feel like you're going to fall on your head. But that's okay. You have your toes as brakes and your hands as a security brake in case you do lose your balance. Bring your chin more to your chest so the whole back side of your body is stretching. The posterior chain. You can sway or you can stay still. Choose what feels best for you. I'm only your guide. In the end, you are the boss here. You decide what you let your body do. I just give options, suggestions. Bend your knees deep. Look forward first. So you're already in kind of a chair pose. If you feel like your knees are wobbly, bring your big toes to touch. So your feet are a little bit closer together. Squeeze your legs together. And then imagine sitting down on a chair, lifting your arms up in a diagonal line. Looking forward at eye level. This is always a really fun one. Engage your legs, squeeze your belly in. Imagine sitting a little bit deeper, a little bit lower. If your toes are actually coming off the floor, you've gone far enough. You don't have to fold backwards for this one. But most of the weight is in your heels. Inhale, lengthen your spine even more. Exhale, deepen. Now pay attention. Bring your weight on your right foot. Inhale, lift your left knee up. Lift your arms up. Exhale, bring your left leg back. Slowly step it down. Spin the left heel down and open into warrior two. So left foot faces to the side, right foot faces forward. Bend your front knee, hands at shoulder, height shoulders down, and look over your front fingertips. Feel your legs working here. So this is also a pose that can be quite a lazy pose, but imagine, I popped my hip there, squishing your walnut in between your legs. So your legs are really activating towards each other. Whew. Inhale, turn your front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior, but keep your weight towards the front. Keep bending your front knee. Inhale here, open your heart a little bit. And then exhale, we're gonna make a big spin. Straighten your right leg. Bring your left hand all the way forward to your right knee. And then step your left foot a little bit closer. So it's gonna go in, toes are gonna go forward. Spine is nice and long like we did before, folding forward. But now we're gonna twist it. So the left hand stays either, I like to go on the ankle, or you can go on the shin or on the floor. Right hand on the hip. Open your chest first, wobble and find balance, and then maybe reach your arm up. So this twist is not just coming from one arm. It's coming from the whole spine. Whew. Find your breath. Looking up if possible, even with your left eyeball. From here, look forward. Another weird transition where we go back into that knee up position. So from down here, you're going to kick off the left leg and lift the knee up until we stand. And then exhale, bring your foot to the floor. Take a second here. Feel your legs being strong, shoulders down, spine long. Close your eyes. And check in with your body. Was that okay? Was it too intense? Do you need any support, or do you need to adjust something? Feel free to do it if you do. Bring your feet together if you need it. For most knees, it's a little bit better to have the feet and the knees together. Squeeze your legs together like you have now one mermaid tail rather than two legs. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, chair pose, a little bit more your hips back. Exhale, deepen a little bit more. Now bring your weight on your left foot. Right leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, kick it backwards. Transition through warrior 3. Bend your standing leg. Bring your toes to the floor. Spin your right heel down and open into warrior 2. So now you're facing the other way. Feet are nice and aligned. Front knee is nice and bent. Remember to really squeeze your legs towards each other so your butt is working. Look over your front hand. Inhale here. Exhale, deepen and engage. Also your core. Don't stick your butt back. Inhale, turn your front hand. Exhale, reverse. Stay here, inhale. Now we're going to do the big transition. Exhale, spin your right hand to your left knee. Step your right foot a little bit closer. You can adjust your feet to find balance. And then first folding forward. So pull your left hip back. So you're neutralizing the hips. And from there we'll go into the twisted triangle. So right hand stays on the ankle or floor. Left hand on your butt cheeks first. And then twist the spine open. Look up. Reach your arm up if possible. Take a few breaths here and feel free to wobble. It's part of this pose really. Find your breath. Good. Bring your hand down. We'll do the transition again. So the right leg is going to kick up all the way to a standing knee up position. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale, foot to the floor, hands down. Tadasana, so feet hips distance, shoulders back, core engaged. Close your eyes. Again, spread your toes. Feel the weight balanced on your feet. And feel how that movement was for your body. If you still need to release some heat, feel free to exhale through the mouth. And then keep standing here. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Just bring your chin to your chest first. And that way we're going to roll the body down into a forward fold. So let your shoulders come forward, slowly rolling the spine down, down, until you're all the way into a forward fold. And turn your feet open and bend your knees into a squat. Lift your head up, arms on the inside of the knees. Look forward, push your chest forward. Malasana, take a moment here, yogic squat. And it's okay to have your heels up, of course, if you can't reach the floor. And then reach your arms forward and slowly see if you can transition your butt to the floor, maybe without using your hands, or if that feels too scary, you can use your hands, of course. So bringing it down all the way, letting your feet come together, and then the knees fall open into butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees open. If you need to, you can use support underneath your knees. Keep your feet a little bit further away from you. So even if you're able to have them all the way here, try and make more of a ruit shape. Diamond shape, I don't know. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Keep your spine nice and long. Imagine going forward with a straight spine as far as possible. Try and bring your elbows out of the way. And then wherever you cannot go any further, then release the rest. Bring your head towards your feet. Release your arms, release your shoulders. Taking a few breaths here, trying to soften the spine and the mind. So even your face can be super soft, like it's melting off. Imagine breathing towards your back lungs. So your back ribs are also able to move with the breath. We just don't focus on them very often. See if you can focus on them today. A few more breaths here. Take one more deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And then slowly come up. Bring your legs together. And then slowly roll onto your back, lying down. If you need to, you can put extra layers back on. The floor can be quite cold, especially at home, or at least in my home. If you're lying down already, pull your knees into your chest a little bit. Maybe massaging your spine by slowly rocking your knees left to right, or making little circles, whatever feels good for you. Open your arms wide, and then allow your toes to come towards the floor and let your knees fall to one way and then the other a few times to slowly release any last tension in your spine. Don't make it too intense. You don't have to use your core too much for this. If you put your toes on the floor, then it's easier to go left to right. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. And then extend your legs out, coming to lie flat on your back. If you want to, you can grab a pillow for underneath your knees, for example, if that feels good to you, or maybe a slight pillow underneath your head, but don't make that too high. Allow your legs to fall a little bit open and then your arms to be open as well, a little bit away from your hips with your palms facing up, if possible for your shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades underneath you. Close your eyes if you hadn't already. And just tune in again to your body. How it's feeling right now. Maybe there's warmth, maybe there's some sweat, maybe there's some tingling as well. All the leftovers from the movement that we've done. As you let your body settle, your muscles settle, tune into the softer parts, the tingling, but also the emotions and the thoughts. It's okay if your mind is still super busy. Maybe allow the breath to be a guide. So try and stay present with your breath. Every time you notice that you have drifted, come back to it. Can you release any more tension in your feet, in your toes? Maybe wiggle them a little bit before settling them into softness for a longer period of time. Can you release your ankles and your leg muscles? Feel your knees softening as well. Bring your awareness up through the legs,
Relax the thigh muscles. And then feel how your pelvis, your hips start to soften. Trying to soften them even more and relaxing your whole lower body into the floor, into the mat. Bring your awareness to your hands and your fingers. Take a last wiggle if you want, and then try and soften all the muscles in your fingers, in your palms, in your wrists and your arms, moving slowly upwards, softening the elbows, and the upper arms and the shoulders. Maybe pull your shoulder blades a little bit more underneath you. And then let the whole torso soften as well, all the way from your hips to your shoulders. From your front, your belly, to the back, your spine. While there's still the soft movement of the breath, every exhale brings a little bit more, like you're sinking down more into the mat with every exhale. Relax your neck. If it feels good to you, you can slowly roll your head a few times left to right to help the neck muscles release. We often hold a lot of tension there. And then find the center, find the stillness. And with your mind, relax your throat muscles, your jaw, your tongue as well. Feel it moving upwards towards your cheeks. Relax your eyeballs and your eyebrows, all the way to your forehead and everything inside as well. Imagine letting your whole face melt towards the floor, but also melting your brain inside a little bit, so that all the tension, all the hard work it's done today can release. All the weird little muscles that help you express yourself throughout the day can take a break here. Bring your awareness to your belly, to the breath. Allow it to be natural. You don't have to guide that anymore. You just let your breath guide your thoughts. So anytime you're distracted, you bring them back to the breath. Check in once more with your body. Is there any place where you still feel tension, where you can release more? As if you're slowly becoming liquid, becoming one with your yoga mat. Your next breath a little bit deeper, a little bit more active. Maybe sighing it out. And then slowly, slowly, I always see people rushing here. Take your time. Move your fingers and your toes. Maybe your wrists and your ankles. Keep your eyes closed. Extend your arms overhead. Lengthen your body as if you're just waking up and stretching out. And then making yourself really small. Slowly pull your knees into your chest. Make yourself into a little bowl. And slowly roll onto one side, whichever side feels good for you today. Maybe put a pillow underneath your head or your arm or a hand. And stay there for a second in fetus position, knees pulled close to your chest. There's no rush. I keep an eye on the clock for you guys, so you don't have to worry about anything. With your eyes closed, use your hands and push yourself back up to a seated position. Spine long, shoulders relaxed, arms either resting in your lap or on your knees. Take a moment to tune in. How are you feeling now compared to the start? Whatever is present right now is okay, both physically, emotionally, mentally. Everything is as it is. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Push your thumbs into your sternum, into your chest. Push your chest slightly back so you're sitting up nice and straight. With the clocks of the church nearby, we'll end with one Om. So take a deep inhale. Bow your head to your heart. Take another deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. In gratitude to yourself, to the practice. Namaste. When you're ready, slowly lift your head up, open your eyes. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me. I hope it felt good in your body, and I hope to see you again online soon.